Alright everyone, welcome back to our journey to Platinum here in the vast world of Elden Ring. I mentioned last episode that we're playing as Zaloran Astasia, and I also mentioned that her mother was known as Echo Medi. But what I did not mention is that in the later years of Echo Medi's life, and after many years of marching, she very unexpectedly fell pregnant, and while on the Long March gave birth to Zaloran. So Zaloran was actually born while her parents and all the other Tarnished were on the Long March. And so that was all that Zaloran knew for the early years of her life. And now she's back in the Lands Between, vying for the position of Elden Lord. And we're going to help her get there. So I decided, even though I want to go and look at the other side of the lake, I decided to begin with today, I'm going to go and explore all of this stuff here on this side and head down to the beach, because that's something that I had skipped over previously. And there's a cave down on the beach that, to be totally honest with you, I don't know. It's another one of those things I might want to save for later on, like I have been with some of the other more challenging areas, simply because the cave contains a boss that I'm not super keen on fighting. Whoa! Man, he almost got me there. But maybe we'll do it. We'll see. Oh my gosh. Goodness. It's actually not doing as much damage as I would expect early in the game, when my resistances are super low. Alright, very nice. He's gonna pull his sword out. Oh, I got the bleed there on him. Very nice. And big fella goes down. So we had kind of previously only, I think we had explored back into this section here. So what I'm gonna do is just continue on down towards the beach. And also this. Yeah, so that led up towards where the catacombs were that we did. And I think we did those in on day 2. So let's work our way down here onto the beach, and we'll get down to the huge land octopus enemies as well. Because last episode, I was able to test this flail on the small land octopus enemies, and it actually does a lot of damage to the small ones. So what I've been curious about is what kind of damage I'll be able to do to the full-grown ones. Because I don't know what type of bleed you can inflict on the full-grown ones. I'm not sure how drastically they're affected by it. Getting stuck in the trees. Whenever those tumbleweeds, whenever those are rolling down, half the time I think that it's a squirrel or something of the like. Alright, so we've got this invisible, I can't remember what these are called. We've got this thing running around over here. So I need to get in its path. Oh, okay, look at that. First try. Ashavor Sweep. Very nice. The amount of times that I've sat in the path of one of those before, and it's just taken me millennia, it feels like ages and ages, or I should say millennium, ages and ages to take one of those things down. I will take it on first try. That was very nice. And I'm not really sure what the purpose of this guy sitting over here is. Because you've got this whole section over here. But again, I mentioned yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that one of the things that I love about the way that FromSoft designs their games is the fact that there are just totally, seemingly useless areas. They're just empty. And I love that because it just makes the world feel... I mean, that wasn't as much the case in things like Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Usually things very much had a purpose, but in this open world context, I love that it's designed so that there's just areas that just are kind of there to make the world feel more realistic and full. Rather than every area having to have something useful. Alright, okay, so that was that one hit and I already took his arm off, so that's actually... So, I think the flail is going to work decently well. It does work well, holy... Okay. This is what I was hoping for. Because I haven't even upgraded this yet. We're still... Yeah, this is still just a straight flail. We're not at +1 or anything. So this makes me like the flail all the more. So I think this is definitely... I'm still thinking definitely a good weapon to stick with for a bit. And can I get... You can't! You can take his arm off in one hit! That is wild. Not at all what I was expecting from the flail. Man, dang. That's wild. I like that a lot, though. That is super nice. And you can kill the little guys in 2. That is sweet. And then once I actually, what do my upgrade materials look like right now? So I've got 6, so I'll be able to upgrade the flail a bit if I decide to. I'm just still deciding if I really want to dump too many upgrade materials into it, or if I want to hold out and utilize another weapon. Because obviously I'm not going to utilize the same thing for the whole playthrough, but I definitely pretty soon need to decide what I'm going to stick with for the next little bit. That way I'm upgrading something consistently. Because we get into some of these upcoming areas, I definitely am going to want something that's upgraded well. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again. Keep whiffing. Whoa! Oh, man, quite the backswing you got there with your giant club, my friend. And see, what I'm curious about, too, something that I don't remember, and I've kind of been trying to think through some of the weapons that I know we can find throughout the game. I don't know exactly if there is another, maybe like later game version of the flail. I don't specifically remember there being that. Oh, you know what? We have... Okay, so an NPC shows up here, and I have not talked to him yet. So maybe we should go talk to him in the other location before I go into this cave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go finish up on the beach, and then we'll go talk to him, and then we'll come back and do this cave. But yeah, I don't remember if there's definitely a later game thing that's similar to the flail. So maybe we'll use the flail for a while and eventually transition to that. I don't know, but we'll see. For the time being, we're sticking with this. Let's talk to this guy, see what he's got to offer.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
Let's see. So the boluses. He's got another cookbook. Let's just go ahead and buy the cookbook now. I think I'm going to take all 3 of his smithing stones also. And this boss in this cave, I think inflicts bleed. It could be poison, though. I can't remember which. So I'm not going to buy any of those right now. And I don't think I'm going to worry about the notes. We've got the Stone Digger Troll note, which I don't think I need. the land squirts, which I don't think I need. Yeah, so I think we're good here. This guy's so hostile. He's just like hostile every time you interact with him in any way. So over there's the cave. There's a little bit more down the beach that we'll head towards. And then we'll go back to we'll go to the area where I know that NPC is sitting at. And then we'll head into that cave. Something knocked that down. Ooh, how does the flail do on these? Because these are a huge pain. Yeah, not super well. Just, I swear nothing really does. Ooh, it does do decent bleed, actually. But I think these provide you with essentially no runes. What do they give you? 16? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's... might not even really be worth fighting these whatsoever. But I wonder, do they... I can't remember if they always give hefty beast bones. Let me see if they do. If they do... thin beast bones. So they do give bones. So, I mean, I guess that would maybe be the only real reason to even necessarily go through and fight all of them. Crap. Got these guys, and these are those who live in death. So if you don't hit them again once they're down, then they'll just resurrect. I'm gonna drink this real fast before I kill him. That way maybe I can get it back. Nice. So I think I've got everything that I want over here. Let's grab this glowing skull real fast. How many do I have right now? Glowing skulls. 5. Alright. Yeah, I think that's everything that I need down this way on the beach. Let's head back over this way quickly. Glowing skulls everywhere. Very nice. Enjoy that thoroughly. 200 runes a pop. Alright, so what I also... You know, I want to talk to this guy one more time, because what I would like to do is... So I know that I don't necessarily have to buy these boluses. I could come back to him eventually for arrows. He sells those for pretty cheap. I don't really necessarily care about the short bow right now. Might be a good idea. I need to keep mental note that it might be a good idea to come pick that up eventually. So I don't think I need anything else from him, but if I decide I need a bow, he'd be a good person to come talk to. I do want to quickly go back to the church, just because I'm thinking, is there anything that I 100% am going to need from Kale eventually, or can I kind of rule him out and know that if I never come back, it'll be okay? You know, let's actually buy all the cracked pots. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy the telescope as well while we're here. I'm gonna use all 7. It's way more than I'm gonna need, but...
What is it?
Okay, so we'll buy that. Throwing daggers. I don't need that necessarily. He actually sells arrows for 20 runes as well, so that's nice. And then he's got the notes. This one's for Wondrous Physic and Waypoint Ruins. Okay, so I shouldn't need either one of those either, because I know where to find both of those things. So yeah, if I don't necessarily purchase anything else from him, we should be good. I will need to come back to him, though, just because he's got some dialogue later on. So let's go over to where this NPC is. So we got to go talk to Boc the Seamster. And he's over in these bushes over here, I believe. So we'll talk to him before going over into that cave.
You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
Can hear him. Wait until he talks again.
You? Yeah, you there?
This has got to be him, right? Yeah.
What'd you go and do that for? Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Boc. I was pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
10 mushrooms.
Or if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right, but I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of them, so I have to gather myself. My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful cave on the shore. Right.
Okay. Alright, so that's all the dialogue he has for now. So let's go back to the cave. The coastal cave. And let me see if he's already there. If he's not, I'll just pass the time and he should show up. Yeah, he is already there.
What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp. You'll end up just like me.
Okay. Alright, so let me rest here real fast, and then we'll go ahead and make our way into this cave. How much do I need for a level right now? So I've got half of what I need for a level. I don't think I have anything here right now. Nope. Okay. Does he say anything else right now? No, he does not. Alright, let's head into this cave. So, the boss in this cave, in my opinion, is a little bit tricky. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but I consider it to be a bit tricky, partially just because the design of the boss is not exactly my favorite in terms of the way that FromSoft designs bosses. What I mean by that is I don't really like boss fights where there's two of whatever the boss is. At times it can be fun, but sometimes it just feels like it kind of makes it difficult for the sake of being difficult, not necessarily just because it's designed well. So I don't know. I might just be a big baby, but because this one has two of the boss, I find it to be a little bit tricky if you don't approach it right. So we'll see how we do. Man, even the big guys we can get in 3 hits with the flail. Alright, was that everything? Land octopus ovary. Alright, so well, you can summon here? I mean, we're not going to do that, but I don't plan on using any summons besides like my actual my ashes. So I think we'll keep the wolves. Maybe summon those in for this. We'll see. Maybe what I'll do is, because it's a boss, no, do not summon him. Because it's a boss that I find a bit tricky, maybe I'll even try it without any sort of ashes. See what happens. Maybe it's not as bad as I remember. So there's 2 Demi-Human Chiefs. Whew. Oh gosh. Man. Okay. So we're gonna need to need to do the run back. Okay. Can I keep staggering him? Oh. Okay, I'm not approaching this well. Ooh, got the bleed on him, nice. Is the other one coming out? He'll be out soon, I would imagine. Okay. Alright, so that's the first one. Did I pick up? Oh, I did. Alright, I picked up my runes in here already. So the second guy, I have no healing for. Maybe I can get him out without pulling the other demi-humans out. Let's see. Nope, doesn't look like it. So let's try this with no extra healing. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I feel like the small guys are going to be my main challenge here. Woo! And I've got to manage my stamina better. Ah. Woo! Okay, got the bleed on him, got the bleed. Oh, man. He was low. Whew. Alright, but it's actually a lot easier than I remember. Heal again. I'd like to have 2 going into this next guy. Nice. Okay. So yeah, maybe that is what we'll do, even though I've used ashes on these first couple of bosses that we fought the first couple of days. Maybe kind of the rule I'll set for myself is if I die like 10 times or something, then maybe I can utilize... Then maybe I can utilize ashes. Kind of just for the sake of the videos, just that way we don't have episodes where it's like 20 minutes of fighting a boss. And I shouldn't say 20, I mean, because 20 minutes is not a long time for fighting a boss, but I mean 20 minutes in the entire episode, because even if it's a 40-minute episode, that's half the video. So, regardless, I'm rambling. Doesn't really matter. Brick! Oh my gosh, no way! Dang it, man. Ugh. Trying to not alert the other Oh, they're already seeing me, so I wonder if big guy... Crap. Okay, I need to not get greedy. Don't get greedy. I got greedy. Frick. Okay, so I think what I'm realizing too is he's a lot more aggressive. No way! What am I doing? I'm playing so poorly. I'm playing so poorly. And when I get to the second guy, I've got to remember he's way more aggressive than this guy. Oh my gosh. Wow. Don't you... Man, I cannot take damage from the little guys. I've got to save that damage for him. Man. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a good attack to punish, but I didn't... Crap. No! Oh my goodness, I'm getting frustrated now. Oh my gosh. This is not even that difficult of a boss. This is the thing. Why? It's such an early game boss, but for some reason, I just have trouble with it. It's just one that I just do not do well with. I'm definitely not being patient enough, that's for sure. So that could be... Okay, he went to sleep. So that could be a huge reason, is just my lack of patience. So what we'll do this time, which I think would be smart, since he was sleeping, that was kind of lets me approach things a little bit differently. Oh, nice! Okay, so that's actually, that could be a really smart way to approach that. Yeah, that actually, okay, wow, so he was gone quick. So I'm gonna heal real fast. Kill this guy before... Are you serious? You've got to be joking. All those swings, and I didn't hit him. Frick! Frick! Okay. My camera is not cooperating with me. My lock-on, I mean. Okay. I really like to be able to punish that, but I keep screwing up and not being close enough to him when he does that. Crap. Dang it, man. Dang it. Dang it. Heal, please. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay, just patience. Gotcha. Nice. All right. My goodness. Wait, did they all just... Oh, that's right. If you kill him, they all get scared because you killed the chief. All right. That took me... Okay, that took me way too many tries. So here's all things that I learned from that. I learned, for one, that even though I've played the game so extensively, I don't always do a very good job with patience. I don't do a good... And that's something I've always struggled with when playing FromSoft games, is I've struggled with patience, and I've struggled with really learning timings. I've struggled with learning the timings of attacks and learning the perfect approaches to certain bosses and things like that. I've always just taken a very brute force approach to things, which is why usually I've played as like a knight or something like that. So not utilizing a shield in this playthrough is definitely challenging me. And now I've decided that I'm going to avoid even using the spirit ashes when I can. I think maybe I'll set a limit for myself, like if I die 10 times or something, I can use it. And maybe I won't even always use that. Maybe I'll hit certain bosses and I'll just be like, I hate this boss, I'm literally just gonna use a spirit ash. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna hold myself to anything. But the shield thing, definitely gonna continue holding myself to, because it's making it a lot more fun since I'm so used to playing with shields. So not utilizing a shield is interesting for me. And I've got 5,100 runes now because of how many times I went through that cave. And since there were so few enemies, I just killed everything every time. So saved up a lot of runes through that process. So now we're on the other side. So over there is where we just were. And now we've gone through that cave, made it over here. So I think that's such a cool... I think it's such a cool way to approach things. Defeating a boss, and then you're kind of like over somewhere else where you wouldn't have been able to make it unless you cleared out that dungeon. And I remember my first playthrough, I was constantly looking over here to this island going, how in the world do I get over there? Until I realized that I needed to kill the boss. And because I struggled so much with that boss also in my first playthrough, I think that's why it took me so long to realize that, because I think I kept putting off fighting that boss. Whew, but that's a relief, knowing that that's all done. And I think that is going to make things a bit more fun if even if for certain bosses I just kind of go, you know what, this boss is just kind of whatever, I don't really want to spend forever on it, we'll just go ahead and summon the ashes. Even if there's cases like that, I think approaching some of the bosses like I just did, where I just kind of go, alright, let me make it as difficult on myself as possible, not use ashes, not use a shield, all that stuff, then I mean, I could definitely add to the fun of this at times. So I'm just kind of flying through this island, grabbing everything real fast. It's not a ton on this island, but we'll clear it out. So let me quickly utilize. Wait, didn't I have? Oh no, that's right. I utilized all of my runes. So let's level up with what I've got. Can do only 2 levels with that, because we're already up to each level costing 2,300. So let's do 1 into Vigor again, 1 into Endurance, because I definitely noticed in that fight, I felt like my Endurance sucked. So having extra Endurance is definitely going to be nice as we encounter more and more bosses. And really, I just, along with the fact that I need to better learn patience and waiting, I also just need to better learn actually managing my stamina. Because at the end of my first playthrough, I mean, I think I mentioned before, I think I ended my first playthrough at like level 180, I think is what I was at. And so my endurance was high by that point. So it was almost like I didn't even really have to manage it anymore. I was so used to being able to just roll as much as I wanted and swing as much as I wanted, so there wasn't all that much to think about. So now being back here at the beginning with basically 0 stamina, I've got to actually learn to manage it again, which is good. Adds to the fun of it. So we'll go into the church momentarily here, but I just wanted to collect everything outside of it first. Actually, a decent amount of just regular resources on this island. Is there anything up here? Ooh, there's at least a note up here, if I can make it all the way up. Far to the east, you'll find the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, a place where draconic power gathers. So that should be way over here in Caelid. And, ooh, there is also an item up here, though. Exalted Flesh. I'm hearing something down here. I don't know exactly where it's at, though. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this should give me an Ash of War. What you got for me? Oh, a Somber Smithing Stone. I didn't realize that's what it was going to give me. Very nice. So that is, for those of you who don't know, utilized for upgrading special special weapons. Like this flail, I think I can upgrade it with just regular upgrade materials, but somber smithing stones are for special weapons that require that for their upgrades. So that's kind of nice having that in my back pocket. Actually more stuff on this island than I remember. Holy crap. Smithing stone 2. Yeah, it's much more extensive than I remember. For some reason I thought there was virtually nothing over here, but there's a lot more than I thought. Got some herba. Alright, so that should be everything. So let's actually go, you know, and I'm just, with how fast the loading screens are, it's honestly faster to just go right back to the site of grace that's in front of the church rather than walking back up there. So let's, frames. So let's go in here now. I have not killed any dragons yet, so I don't have any dragon hearts to buy this with, but I was just curious what's here. So we've got the dragon fire. Transforms caster into a dragon to spew flaming breath. Transforms caster into a dragon to tear through foes with dragon claws. Transforms caster into a dragon to bite enemies before them. So I'll keep that in mind in case I decide to come back. I want to actually, before I walk away from here, those require faith and arcane. So I definitely think that I should be dumping some levels into faith and arcane. That way I can utilize some of that stuff throughout this playthrough. So I need to remember that. Because that's another thing. On top of the fact that I'm adjusting my build so much compared to what I'm used to, in terms of not just going like brute force at everything like I always do. Another thing I have to remember is that in order to be able to do that well, I'm going to also need to just change my entire build around. I need to make sure that I'm dumping points into things that I wouldn't always be dumping points into. So that's going to be super important, remembering that. So let's go now to wait a second, actually. So I cleared this cave, or I cleared those catacombs. I cleared this cave. So I think, yeah, let's go over here again. And we'll kind of work our way through the other side of the lake. Because I've already gone through one side of the lake pretty much in its entirety. So wait, is that battle that happens between all those guys? They consistently... Yeah, they're over there. They consistently respawn. So yeah, so I went through this entire side. And we pretty much went through everything down here as well. So now we'll start working our way up along here on this side of the path. I'm going to kill this guy real fast. That way I don't have to worry about him showing up, coming out of the water, sneaking up on me. Whoa, did his claw just kill the dragonfly? I think it did. That's convenient for me. Oh, here's another one of these. Oh, I'm gonna... Crap. Dang it. Oh, man, I didn't realize that 2 spawned. Dang it. Man, you know what's crazy? Something that I didn't think about is the fact that all 3, what are we, just day 4? Yeah, all 3 of the first days, no deaths. This time around, plenty of deaths to go around. Plenty to go around. Woo! Okay, I should not have tried to pick that turtleneck up. Right there. Crap, what am I am playing like a jerk. My goodness. Okay, so this time let's approach this a bit differently. Because I want to grab that. Let's just go faster this time. Okay, nice. Ash of War Unsheath. Cool. So now I'm going to hop on Torrent. And we'll lure these guys away. Because I would like to not fight both of them at once. Ideally. Let me also grab that stuff back. Where's the other one? Okay, yeah, so I can handle one at a time. That's no problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But having both of them, that's what gets super annoying. Gotcha. It's a little bit risky. I probably should not have risked that, but worked out, paid off. Ooh, he saw me again. I didn't know he'd seen me. Oh no! That was poor timing on my part. Alright. Suck it! Whew. Alright. Yeah, that's another one of those enemies where it's like, okay, on their own, not really that big of a deal, I guess. But once you start getting two of them at once, that's when it's just, you never know when one's going to come up behind you and can just get annoying. So let's see. So, like I've kind of mentioned before, I'm not going to go into anything in the lake yet. What I'm doing right now is just going along all the land along the edge. So that's going to lead down into here, so we won't go up there yet. This kind of reaches the edge of the land. I guess that would be north, yeah. So let's kind of work our way back. Grab all the edge of the land on this side of the path. Just want to see if there's anything to pick up along here. I'm going to go ahead and heal because I don't want something to sneak up on me and then all of a sudden, boom, one hit, I'm dead. Give me those shrooms. Alright, so then we've got that. We've got the grace that's up there, right in front of me. And I don't think there's too much else just along the edges of this path. I know we've got all these guys on the path, but I don't necessarily want to hop on the path quite yet. Just because I think it'll probably be just smarter, keep me more organized if I stay just on the side of the path, clear everything out real fast, and then we can head on to the path itself. And there's a lot of guys patrolling this path for sure. So that's why as we tackle that, we'll probably tackle that next episode. Because it'll take a bit to work our way down through that. And then on the other side of the path, there's a couple of different things to explore. Like those ruins right over there. Looking forward to going into those. Yeah, and then this is the last little section on the west side of this path. Does anything spawn out of the ground here? I feel like something spawns out of the ground here. Doesn't. Cool. So we got another somber smithing stone. Keep that in our back pocket. those are just ruin fragments. I'm not going to really take the time to hop down there and grab those, I don't think. Alright, so I think that pretty much covers the bulk of this side of the path. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap up for today, and in the next episode we'll head onto the path, and then we'll start working our way onto this side of the path. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this day 4 of our journey to platinum, please interact with this video in some way. It helps me out a ton, supports me with the algorithm. And thanks for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow.